No one has told you this yet, but everything you knew about creating a deep emotional connection is wrong. If you're tired of your relationships falling flat or feeling like something is always missing, stick around. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful psychology behind attraction secrets that will change how you approach love forever. Ready to unlock these mind-blowing insights? Let's get started. Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Maria, your trusted guide through the often confusing yet exhilarating world of love, attraction, and everything that makes your heart race. Now, if you've ever found yourself wondering, why can't I seem to create a real connection with someone? Or why do my relationships start strong but then fizzle out? You're definitely not alone. The truth is, we all crave that deep, undeniable bond with someone special, but so many of us just don't know how to build it. Here's the good news, it's not about luck or being a smooth talker or even looking a certain way. The key lies in understanding some very specific psychological principles that can help you create a connection so strong, it'll feel like you've known each other forever. Today, I'm going to share two of the most powerful psychological tricks that can help you create that emotional connection you've been longing for. Whether you're just getting to know someone or you're already in a relationship and want to strengthen that bond, these tips are going to work wonders for you. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our love and relationship secrets. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Section 1. The power of reciprocity. Alright, let's get into the first psychological principle, reciprocity. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does that mean? Well, reciprocity is a powerful concept rooted in human psychology. It's the idea that when someone does something kind for us, we feel this natural, almost automatic urge to return the favor. This isn't just a polite social custom, it's hardwired into our brains. But how does this apply to love and relationships? I'm so glad you asked. Imagine the scenario, you're crushing on someone hard and you want them to notice you, to feel something for you that goes beyond just friendship. How do you make that happen? It's all about planting those seeds of connection through small, thoughtful gestures. And I'm not talking about grand, sweeping romantic moves that belong in the movies. No, what really works are those tiny acts of kindness that show you're paying attention. Think about it. When was the last time someone did something small but incredibly thoughtful for you? Maybe they remembered your favorite snack and brought it to you without you asking, or they noticed you were having a rough day and sent you a quick text just to check in. How did that make you feel? Pretty good, right? That's the magic of reciprocity at work. So here's how you can use this to create an emotional connection with someone you like. Start by doing something small but meaningful. It could be as simple as bringing them their favorite coffee in the morning, offering to help them with something they've been struggling with, or just being there when they need someone to listen. These actions might seem small, but they have a big impact. They create a sense of warmth, care, and appreciation, which naturally makes the other person want to return the favor. And this is important, reciprocity isn't about manipulation. It's not about doing something just to get something back. If your actions aren't genuine, people can sense that, and it can actually backfire. The key is to be sincere in your efforts. Show that you care, that you're paying attention, and that you value the other person. When you give without expecting anything in return, that's when the real magic happens. Now, let's talk about a common mistake people make when trying to use reciprocity in relationships. They think it's about buying affection with gifts or big gestures. But here's the truth, it's not the size of the gesture that matters, it's the thought and intention behind it. The little things, the small acts of kindness that show you're really paying attention are what create a lasting impact. So skip the grand, expensive gifts and focus on the meaningful, heartfelt actions instead. Section 2, the art of personal revelation. Now that we've covered reciprocity, let's move on to the second psychological principle, personal revelation. This one is all about building trust and intimacy, which are the foundation of any deep emotional connection. Let me ask you something, have you ever noticed how you feel closer to someone after they've shared something personal with you? Maybe it was a story about their childhood, a dream they have for the future, or even a fear they've never told anyone else. When someone opens up to us like that, it creates a bond, a sense of closeness that can't be achieved any other way. So how do you use this to build a connection with someone? It's all about timing and balance. You want to share something personal, something that gives them a glimpse into who you really are. And this is crucial, you need to make sure it's appropriate for the stage of the relationship you're in. If you overshare too soon, it can come off as overwhelming or even a bit needy. But if you never share anything personal, it's hard for the other person to feel connected to you on a deeper level. The best way to approach personal revelation is to start small and build gradually. Maybe you start by sharing a funny or interesting story from your past. Then, as you get to know each other better, you can open up about more meaningful things, your goals, your fears, your dreams. This gradual process of revealing more about yourself creates a sense of trust and intimacy. It shows the other person that you're not just interested in surface level conversation, but that you genuinely want to get to know them on a deeper level. But remember, personal revelation is a two-way street. It's not just about you opening up. It's about creating an environment where the other person feels comfortable doing the same. You can encourage this by being a good listener, showing empathy, and making them feel safe to share their own thoughts and feelings. When both people in a relationship are willing to be open and vulnerable, that's when a deep emotional connection can truly flourish. Here's a pro tip. When you're sharing something personal, make sure it's genuine and relevant to the conversation. Don't force it or try to fabricate a story just to impress them. Authenticity is key. People can sense when you're being real, and that's what they'll respond to. So if you're going to share something personal, make sure it's something that truly reflects who you are and what you care about. Section 3. Applying these tricks together. So, how do you combine these two powerful principles, reciprocity and personal revelation, to create an unbreakable emotional bond? It's easier than you might think, and when done right, the results can be pretty amazing. Start with a small act of kindness, something that shows you're paying attention and that you care. Maybe it's remembering something they mentioned in passing and bringing it up later, or going out of your way to do something that makes their day a little brighter. This opens the door for connection. It sets the stage for them to see you as someone who genuinely cares about them, someone they want to be around. Once you've established that positive vibe through reciprocity, look for opportunities to weave in some personal revelation. Maybe you're having a conversation about something light, like favorite movies or travel destinations. This is the perfect time to share a personal story, something that's meaningful but not too heavy. For example, you could talk about a trip you took that really changed your perspective, or a movie that's close to your heart because it reminds you of someone special. As you share, pay close attention to how the other person responds. If they seem interested and engaged, you can gradually share more over time. But always remember to keep it balanced. Don't dominate the conversation with your stories, give them space to share as well. Ask questions, show interest in their experiences, and be genuinely curious about what they have to say. This creates a back and forth flow of conversation that builds trust and intimacy naturally. One thing to keep in mind, creating a deep emotional connection isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process, a journey that requires patience, effort, and authenticity. Don't rush it. Let the relationship develop at its own pace. The more time you spend together, the more opportunities you'll have to build that connection through small acts of kindness and meaningful conversations. Section 4. Common pitfalls to avoid. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes that people often make when trying to build an emotional connection. The first big one is trying too hard. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you need to impress someone with grand gestures or by constantly trying to prove yourself. But the truth is, connection isn't about trying to earn someone's affection. It's about being real, being yourself, and letting things unfold naturally. Another mistake is oversharing too soon. As I mentioned earlier, personal revelation is powerful, but it has to be done at the right time and in the right way. If you open up too much too quickly, it can overwhelm the other person or make them feel uncomfortable. It's like showing up to a first date with a U-Haul full of emotional baggage. It's just too much, too soon. Instead, let the relationship develop gradually. Start with lighter, more surface-level conversations and slowly build up to the deeper stuff as you get to know each other better. Finally, don't forget the importance of listening. Building a connection isn't just about sharing your thoughts and feelings, it's about being there for the other person too. Listen to what they have to say, show empathy, and make them feel heard and understood. When you're a good listener, you create a space where the other person feels safe to open up, and that's where true connection happens. At the end of the day, creating a deep emotional connection with someone isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about being real, being kind, and being open. Yes, understanding the psychology behind attraction can give you a powerful edge, but it's your energy, your patience, and your genuine care for the other person that will make the difference. So as you go out there and start applying these tips, remember to stay true to yourself. Focus on the small acts of kindness, the thoughtful gestures, and the meaningful conversations that create real, lasting bonds. And most importantly, be patient. Building a deep emotional connection takes time, but when you get it right, the rewards are absolutely worth it. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and put these insights into action. Experiment with them, see what works best for you, and watch how your relationships transform. And don't forget, I want to hear about your experiences. Have you tried using these psychological principles before? What's your go-to strategy for building a connection? Drop your stories in the comments below. I'm reading every single one of them. Before you go, make sure you hit that like button if you found this video helpful and share it with someone who could use these tips. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights into the psychology of love, attraction, and relationships. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, sending you all love, light, and the deepest of connections. Stay amazing.